So, this right here. Walked out of my gym today after they told me that I had to keep my mask on while running on the treadmill. Seriously, try running with a mask on. The treadmills are spread apart as it is, and until Sunday, there was a sign that stated that masks were not required in the cardio area, only when walking around the gym. So, a completely arbitrary addendum to the executive order. I was at the grocery store yesterday, towards closing, hardly anyone there, much less within any immediate proximity of myself. The manager followed me around the store until I was getting ready to check out, at which he approached me and asked me to put my mask on. What bothers me about this is not the management of the place or the place of the business or the place of business itself. Their livelihood is on the line. What bothers me is the fact that undercover officials of the state have been frequenting establishments and then issuing $1,000 fines to those establishments for not abiding by the mandate. Regardless of the kind of establishment, how many people are present, and regardless of the fact that any executive order that is not directly emergent from an existing law, regardless of the fact that any executive order that is not directly emergent from any existing law is, by the Constitution, a contravention of the Constitution. What this means is that executive orders, think Star Wars, are not some sort of carte blanche circumvention for laws and due process. It's not magical, you know. To those who keep saying, put on a damn mask, don't you care about other people? And what's the big deal? I will say this much. The mask is no different than a red ribbon or an armband. To the second, yes, I care about people to the point that I think it is disgusting, absolutely vile of you to charge a loaded trap question like that, where the answer is wrong either way I respond. The only difference is that if I respond, of course I do, your disingenuous reply will be, then put on the armband so that we will all know you are compliant. As if proving my conformity to you will be enough to satisfy your self-righteous, government-authorized zealotry. To the third, what's the big deal? I say this. The big deal is that the instant the machine frightened you, you gave up on every ounce of autonomy, free will, and the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in exchange for a bit of temporal, facsimilic security. It's not even real. The big deal is that for 5 months now, I have watched you repeat trope after interminable trope, even watching one of you go so far as to plagiarize an obscure article in a baseless attempt to belie my case. It's pretty low blow there. The big deal is that for 5 months now, anyone that disagrees with the tripe you regurgitate is now automatically considered stupid, obdurate, misinformed, fascist, racist, insensitive, and the worst of all, the absolute worst of all, you call us petty. As a historical note, read up on what happened to the Christians who refused to offer sacrifices before Caesar. To the Protestants who refused to take Mass like all the good little Catholics. And of course, the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It's a fine set of parameters you built with your master's blueprints. I'll give you that. In all of this, I cannot conform. Ask yourself to whom you pledge your allegiance. For those you have come to worship hate me, the several billion, for refusing to bow. As to you, your masters hate you far more than they could ever hate me. They see you as sheep for slaughter, lambs to be sacrificed. And rightly so. Your life becomes more and more part of the sacrament of this unholy mass every day. A breathing corpse on the slab. That they hate you is proven in the programs and the mediums by which they uplift and glorify all that is within you the most base, rather than encouraging that which God determined in you to be holy and unique. They hate me, but they hate my Father more. Fear not, for I am with you always. 365 times is fear not repeated in the scriptures. Times of trial and tribulation, famine and plague, war and captivity. Full stop. No addendum. Therefore, be strong and very courageous, for I have given you this day. Full stop. No addendum. Do well and live right before the Lord your God, and you will be blessed in the land that the Lord your God has given you. Full stop. No addendum. Love one another as I first loved you. Stop. No addendum. I have been silent. I have been too fearful to speak out. I have been fearful that I might lose friends, fearful of insurmountable challenges. I have cowered before the dread of experiencing yet more pain. For my life has been no easy road. I have seen with my eyes the nightmares over which you marvel in your horror movies and your gore porn. I have seen the nature of evil. Such evil, I assure you, is predicated by those who would call themselves your masters. The self-same creatures likewise feed you the tripe that you in turn spew forth, thinking all the while that it's a good and noble thing you're doing. And your masters applaud that. You vomit forth that which they feed you because you cannot stand to stomach that poison alone. That I dine upon it with you is your only validation, your only comfort. Left alone, you're left to wallow in the excrement of your masters. Every goddamn day. I will dine with you. I will drink and I will make merry, but I will not join you in this slavery. I will dine with you. I will drink with you and make merry, but I will not eat or drink of the poison for which your masters watch you grovel and pander. I will not sleep with you in the bed of Procrustes, nor will I sit with you under the sword of Damocles. I will not make love to your master's slave. I will dine with you upon freedmen's food. I will pour wine with you from skins made by free hands. And I will make love to you under free stars, and that in perfect nakedness. I will call out to you till there is no life in my lungs and my spirit departs, and still I will call out. For I am of the several billions, and we are as the sands of the seashore, as the free stars of the heavens. We are me too.